going on? What's going on? What's going on? Hopefully, we can get some regulars, newbies, first time, commenters into the actual program. I know that I haven't been on in a fashion where it's, oh, I could rely on Reed coming on at this time. Life is beginning to be real unpredictable if you haven't noticed that already. But this particular one will be delays because, I plan on redesigning a few things. So, the usual designers that I, use at assisting me and, doing some of the, the particular designs that you see when I put up certain series, I haven't been able to get in contact with them since, this whole pandemic thing has been going on. So that made me have to reach out to new people. And the new people, they got to get all the, different information that, you're usually, accustomed to doing. So, it takes a little bit longer than usual. On top of that, I have a new editing system of editing videos, and I haven't even actually, tried it out yet. So when I do actually edit, the footage and the things that I do have, that's gonna take some time because it's a whole totally new system that I'm not actually familiar with. But it was a phenomenal deal. I couldn't pass it up. So hopefully, all the rave reviews that it has got, it should be user friendly. And I appreciate those that have came in here already. Hey, say what's up. If you're a newbie or, you're like, hey, Rick, I'm just timing in. I'm shocked that you went on. I just got the notification or whatever. Hopefully, if we get enough people coming in here, I'll throw up the hotline, which I always never remember. I have to go into all my, where I keep the number locked and keyed and, post it up for you to dial it up if you want to speak on something. But other than that, everything's been going well. I see I might have to switch up on one of my vehicles that I thought, was gonna carry me along through the winter time. I pick certain vehicles that I ride through the snowflakes, but one just seemed like it didn't make the cut, so I'm gonna have to cut it from the team and rearrange things and put something else in the lineup. But other than that, yeah. So delays, it's like you want certain things to come out when you want it to come out, but it doesn't happen like that. Life is so unpredictable. You think you got something planned, I'm gonna put this down at this time, and everything's gonna go off like this. But once it comes down to that crunch time, hey, plans have been rearranged. So now you gotta, go about things a different way. And you can spend energy getting all upset and all that, but what's that really gonna do? You just gotta, chill, and think, what, it's gonna work itself out. I done made it this far. I done, accomplished these things. So what's another little hiccup? When you were growing and you had those growing pains, you just think you would never stop hiccuping. So you go to the kitchen and slam a whole bunch of water to try to make them things go away, and eventually they will go away. But at the time when you experiencing all them hiccups, you're like, man, I wish this would stop. But eventually it has, and you figure, maybe some people still get hiccups a lot. I remember getting them a lot, coming up as a youngster, because they say it's associated with you actually growing and becoming bigger and better in certain situations. But yeah, this one is it's nothing major. I just figured, what, I ain't been on in a while. I see people go on live, and sometimes I see people's lives improving, like they sending out their notifications. So I figured, what, well, they sending out my notifications. Let me go ahead and try and see what happens. See who I could tap in with. Some of the people when I essentially before this pandemic was jumping, because you think about it. Well, when I think about it, Before any of this jumped off, you know, communicating on this particular medium was somewhat alright. It was still experiencing problems, but now it's even more crunch time where they don't really want brothers and sisters and people that's close to having some type of melanin pigmentation in them. They don't want you to really communicating. That's why they put that. Oh, you gotta stay 6 feet away. We don't want you whispering in the ears where we can't, pick up on a conversation. Our mics don't pick up, them type of conversations. So we gotta instill something where you stay away from each other. But who's all out there? I see it says it's, uno, dos, tres people out there. I mean, say what's up. I see someone else done got at it. And if you, like the conversation that essentially I'm having by myself because I'm not interacting with anybody, if you like that conversation, hit the like button, and, show your appreciation for Tuku the Khan, Reek, the master of ceremony. That, I need to get back into the grind, but, this is still January, and so many hours or if depending on if you're on the East Coast, we are already on February. Matter of fact, this is my birthday month, you know. So yeah, that's a good thing, a trip around the sun done got to see another time that I was launched onto this particular planet to fulfill whatever the purpose is supposed to be. We all got a purpose on this small planet, this planet we call Earth, this realm. But yeah, it'll be that time coming up somewhere in the mid part of the month, the shortest month of the year. 28 days. 28 days that operate like some females' cycles. 28 days. When it come back around, you might have to take the layoff, or you might have to just do the partial type thing when it comes to being on an intimate tip. Schools 101, Schools 101, originally from Buffalo, New York. Shouts out. What's going on with you? Like I said, we get a conversation going. I'll throw up the hotline if anybody say, "Hey, Rick, I want to call in." Let's get to rapping about this particular thing. I feel because it don't have to be about this topic. I usually just start it off with, I figured I call it delays because I've been running into delays of uploading new series because I'm waiting on the people that design my artwork, the people that put the actual animations together. Is some of that stuff I do, but then the other times I don't do any of that. Now, all the editing of the audios and mixing down of videos and all that, I do all that. But I don't want to, keep using the older artwork that I've been using from years on past. I want to upgrade. We all want to upgrade from time to time, and I figured Two Kudokan needs an upgrade, just a tad. To bring it into the 2021 and going forward. So you have a question. Do you think the revolution is being televised? I think the mass media is, how can I put it? They're putting out things that they want us to see. Now, far as, think about it like this, what you see on the news media and social media is a lot different when you step out into the world. I mean, you may hear people repeating certain things that you hear on the news media, but how things are really carrying out in the world is a lot different. How I say it like this, think about it like this: older folks, your grandparents' age, or if you got older parents, they sit, if they're damn near headed towards retirement, they're sitting watching one of them news outlets or morning shows, and they could damn near, every time you talk to them, they're damn near repeating everything that they're regurgitating on them particular programs, them television programs, versus people that are really actually out here getting in the world. They're seeing it from a different perspective. People that's kind of removed, they're not seeing it the same way. Same with little kids. They don't have a lot of exposure to things of the world. So what they're learning in these classes and these Zoom meetings, essentially how they're carrying out classes. They're regurgitating what that instructor from whatever, if it be it private school, be it public school, that's regurgitating about the world that they essentially get from the news media. So I don't think it's televised. I think it's a version they want us to hear. Just like, I'm in the state where the whole George Floyd thing done went down. Now, a lot of people across the world, I don't talk to someone out of Romania and they say, oh, yeah, I seen on the news, it was like this. I'm like, well, yeah, they burned down a lot of places, but the place where it actually happened, they didn't even burn that down. So where's the sense in that? I mean, you think a place where the drama originated from would get the brunt of the issue, but that's not how it went. So that makes me think all these particular people that they said that were protesting, a lot of people that was protesting probably was, you know, upset about what happened, but then there's other people that are probably paid to come in here and cause dissension. Matter of fact, they caught people that were undercover alphabet people that was trying to cause dissension in certain areas. So, everything isn't like how it seems to be. So I would take a lot of that, a lot of it with a grain of salt. Like you side eye, like, okay, you're saying this, but what are you not saying? What are you not televising? What people I know in those particular areas, wherever it is at, what do they know? The people that's really, in them streets around whatever part of the world that is. That's who I want to hear from. I don't want to hear from this newscaster that's getting paid. Matter of fact, all these news, think about it like this. I was having this conversation with somebody. If the news is to be taken for, oh, they're reporting the truth, why do they receive Emmys? Because newscasters, anchors, reporters, they receive Emmys, Emmy awards for, essentially a news story. It doesn't mean it's actually true. It just means they presented it in a way to, essentially sway the people. Just like an Oscar. Think about, oh, he performed wonderful, like Denzel. He performed wonderful in Training Day. We gave him an Oscar for that. He wasn't actually a cop. He was playing a cop that could be, salaciously took as being like how he was in that particular movie, but he wasn't actually a cop. He's actually an actor that actually, can get you to believe some of the things that, oh, my partner talked like that, or, it makes it believable in my mind when actually it's not. So the same goes with these anchors, reporters that receive Emmys. Matter of fact, like I said, I know someone who works for Fox News, and they don't receive the Emmy for a story that they put together. And with receiving that Emmy, that means they get better placement of job placements. Okay, we're gonna make you an investigative reporter. You're gonna be leading all these other reporters because you stand out at our news agency because you actually hold an Emmy. That puts you at higher placement. Just like when someone receives an Oscar, they get to be in bigger movies, bigger budget movies because, oh, look, we got this award-winning, Oscar-winning actor or actress that we can market her and people will come to see this person. Just like if we have this person in our news station, they'll be able to draft a story to come off believable to the people, and we need that. So I don't think it's actually it'll be televised. And like I said, like it's getting, they don't want us interacting in the streets no more. It's like, oh, why are you standing there? You can't be gathering, or it's curfew time, depending on what part of the country you at. Just think 10 years back, it wasn't like that. It was people still associating. I mean, yes, it's always gonna be a time where people ain't getting along, but it was a little bit more better where you can associate with people and talk about things that's going on. Like, yeah, this don't went down. It was a pool halls that you could really chill at. It was arcades and things like that. They done took a lot of them type of places away. They done closed a lot of those kind of businesses where you gather and socialize down. Okay, what's my input on the Capitol Hill riots. Um, to me, that was more for show. It is. I won't even say more for show. It has various meanings. Now, we know if this had been like any other people that was causing essentially a riot as they claim or whatever, it would have went down a whole different way. Think about when it was the Million Man March, when Mr. Farrakhan came with the Million Man March. It was peaceful. It was millions, even though they try to say it wasn't even millions at that. It was millions. It was all peaceful. It was all brothers. Now, you think anything like that could go down now? With another million or 2 million man march or something like that? No, it's too many of y'all gathering. We can't have brothers associating and things like that. We got to cause some type of strife and division. That's what we're living in now. Think back to that. You know, like I said, it's videos of the Million Man March and various people speaking at that right here on this particular platform. Go back and watch it. See how, some brothers was getting together. Some brothers probably, had some dissension and things like that. But it was brothers communicating to come together. Now they don't want that now. They want people having strife on these different social media platforms. Oh, look, this person done said this. Essentially, big old me, little old you. You know, social media is a double-edged sword. You know, and when they ain't got the censorship in it, because see, that's what throws a monkey wrench in it. It's like, okay, we're not going to disseminate all this information because we don't want these brothers talking to these brothers or revealing that these brothers is faking, because we got so many of these on a payroll that's doing our bidding versus these ones over here. They ain't taking none of the payoff money, so we don't want to disseminate their information because we won't keep them divided. It won't wake up their minds to be like, these people are taking a payoff. When someone is, against something and they're paid, or they're going against the grain in the wrong way, you usually know that. But if they kind of shut these other people down, like, oh well, there's no other people speaking, not even like against what the person's saying, it's just they're speaking a different way, like, we don't want them to discover that. We want you to be stuck on this vicious circle that keeps you down, that keeps you stuck on negativity. That's why I always say, it kind of trips me out that people listen to Russians that have no melanin pigmentation that claim to be around, brothers and sisters, and know a brothers and sisters struggle when they originate from Russia and they were on a campus in a town that is bigger than just the campus. Think about it like this. I'm quite sure I may be wrong in some areas, but usually universities are in an area where it's not too many issues because they don't want people that's going to school to be facing anything. Their parents is sending them there and spending countless dollars towards that university for their children to be safe. So with that being said, they're usually in good areas. But when you hear people like, yeah, I'm from the turf or whatever, well, where was you at the turf? Well, I was at the university. Well, the university usually is not the turf. That's in a part of town where they have more of a presence that cares about the particular area versus where are you going, where are you coming from, and trying to be this is a whatever type of zone, drug free zone, and all this kind of stuff. You know, if you're a brother that's been in the streets and been around wherever you've been, it's quite different when you're on that other side of the town versus the town where people's opportunities is a little bit more shaky. What's going on? What's going on, Lo? Okay, you said if that was people of color. Yeah, if it was people of, because I don't like using black no more. Something about me hearing black after sitting on a jury and how they try to, get you to side with certain things. No, I like using, melanin pigmentation. We got melanin. Essentially the sun's a little bit more favorable to us. maybe that's why people with melanin pigmentation is hated. Man, the sun likes you. We don't like the sun. That's why we throw these chemtrails up in the air and make it so you don't get all your your vitamin D that comes down. We're already in the northern hemisphere of the world. Now, if we was more, say, towards by the middle of the equator, we'd really be getting it. But certain parts of the world, they're throwing them, blocking the sunlight down there too. But we would be getting more vitamin D. And if you're in any northern part of the country, you understand what I'm saying. It's a lot of overcast. It's a lot. I don't even know how they say it's a cloudy day when it's this constant, this whiteout. You don't see no blue sky. That's not, to me, cloudy. It's overcast. And to me, that's man-made in itself right there. But that's another topic to get into, at another day. But yeah, back to that capital thing. It just seems like they're ushering in, okay, now we can have gatherings because see, these particular people did this. So now we're going to usher in some more regulations. That brings regulations. When people do something and the media blows it up like this, we need regulations now. We need to do this now because they done did this. Just like, a lot of people say, oh, well, Trump's out and all that. Well, I kind of remember when Obama was in there, gas prices was kind of high, especially in the great '08 when that happened. Gas prices was out of this world. So what do you think's coming with Biden in there? I'm quite sure the gas prices are going to go up high again. I'm quite sure they're going to want to be pushing towards probably some type of conflict with Iran. And usually when we have conflict, that's when the gas prices seem to go up and skyrocket. And with, people not already being able to move around, this is okay. Well, the gas prices are high. Now you really can stay in your home, when we do these lockdowns and things like this. And if you check my community section, I posted a screenshot, or I think it was either it was a screenshot where it was saying, I think it has a clickable link on there, or you could read in it as a clickable link, or it's another person's video from another channel, essentially saying that they want these lockdowns and all this mass stuff to go on to 2025. Now, I mean, it already seemed like it's been going on forever, and we only in 2021, 2025. That's quite long. So what are they really saying with this? They want to condition people's minds to, oh, you always got to wear a mask. Oh, don't you want to get a vaccine so then you can be able to travel? Oh, look, we got the lockdown so far now where you got to get, either tested or vaccinations to leave outside the country. Not international flights, but we might change that going further down the road. Who knows? We don't know which way they're going with this. It's just, you got to be more aware. You got to do more research. You can't just kick back and be like, you know what? Because think about it like this. A lot of people, remember when was all the issue going on with NFL and all this, and they're doing this and they're treating brothers like this. That kind of went away. You always see people now praising it. Oh, I watch NFL all the time. I'm like, y'all got a short memory or something? I mean, you think that done improved or something? I'm still watching my sports. And I understand that people's betting and you trying to get money and all that off of that. Hey, and that's your livelihood. I'm not knocking that, but just to be like, oh, well, I don't forgot about everything that, these individuals that are within these chain of commands, how they, treated, us brothers and sisters when it came to certain situations. So what's up? What's up? I know I'm talking. Like I said, I don't have a problem with reading your comments and responding to them. I guess I'll say some good topics was referenced within this particular live stream. Like I said, it doesn't always have to be about delays. It could be about whatever else is on your mind. If you're still there, Lo, what's on your mind? You always have some kind of question that kind of, it can go in a whole different type of direction of what we can talk about. And I appreciate you referencing what you did, School 101. That's what's up. I just wanted to come on. I ain't been on in a while, and I figured I'll say, hey, let me, even if people ain't coming in alive, people can catch the replay whenever they post my replays, because my replays don't get posted, you know, like I'll say like 10 or 15 minutes. They be sometimes the next day or something like that. So whenever it posts, and the people that didn't catch it, and the people that didn't get to sit in on this, you get to catch it, and hopefully, you know, you come with some other questions and other things. Matter of fact, um, uh, you can post, Reek. I wanna talk about this, or Reek, you should talk about this. You can post those in the commentary section when I make, when I post my affirmations. You can say, hey, Reek, you need to talk about this. Maybe whenever you get a chance with Professor Ken, y'all could reference this. I take that into consideration. I put it in a way where we can have a dialogue where you know it's something you can learn and grow from. That's what my channel is about. I ain't trying to, oh, let's talk about some fairy tale stuff or some out of this world stuff that don't make no sense, or totally just putting up other people's content without giving them praise or anything like that. I don't do any of that. I try to appeal to what people actually want to talk about, what's actually going on in the world, and hopefully where one of us can add some input to make it better, or make someone see what they wasn't seeing. That's why I do call-ins every now and then when it gets to jumping, because people be like, oh, well, I was thinking this. You're like, well, I experienced this. Maybe you didn't experience that. It ain't no knock on nobody, and that's the whole thing. It ain't no knock. you know but other than that, usually I say, hey, if we ain't really had nothing jumping in 15 minutes, but we well over 15 minutes, we heading towards 30 minutes. But if nobody has anything else to reference, or they ain't sending notifications out to the people that actually take time to listen to Tuku, the Khan, Reek, the master of ceremony, hey, I call it a day. And hopefully, like I said, I think I got one part of I just got an email just recently, one part of something I need for the upgrades to the channel. But I'm still waiting on this other part. When I get the other part, then I can start editing things down, and you know you start seeing content jumping again. But that's what's been slowing me down. I just haven't been wanting to use you know older intros and outros. Matter of fact, I got to work on the outro. I think I still got the same outro. I got to work on getting an outro, but everything is lining up. It'll be coming soon. Matter of fact, I want to say hopefully the next part that I need will come sometime this week. So hopefully, hey, I'm keeping my fingers crossed. Maybe by Friday I might have something ready to go for into the weekend or something like that. As long as they doing what they need to do and everything's copacetic when I look at it, because I got to look at it and sign off on it. Like, yep, that's cool. Nope, that's not cool. Y'all got to redo this. So hopefully everything's A to the G, and we can get it jumping like it always be jumping. And thanks for that thumbs up, whoever it may be. Like I said, it's interaction. This is not a recording. Like, oh, this seems like it's a recording. No, I'm actually live. You can actually comment. You can actually, if you want me to throw the hotline up, I can do that, because I know some people are like, well, Rick, I'm not hot at spelling or something. I don't want nobody to try to clown me because I ain't spelling these words right, or I may use the little voice note, and my girl might be sleeping next to me. I don't want to hear her mouth. It'd be typing what she's saying, like, man, I'm trying to get some sleep, and then you go ahead and hit the send. I was like, what you talking about? But nah, just let me know. But yeah, hopefully, I might start driving my truck. I've been kind of putting off. I've been having this truck for a while, probably since mid-summer, something like that. Might start driving that. This is the weather to drive a truck. I ain't really been lining things up to make money with it yet, but it's always good to keep something in your arsenal. I keep pickup trucks. I don't. I mean, like I said, no knock on the people that like Tahoes and Suburbans, but you got a pickup truck, you can make money with it. I always like keeping something in my arsenal where it's gonna give me some money. You know, I think everybody should do that. Especially in these times where you know they're closing down businesses and things like that. Hey, I need something moved. Okay, throw it up in there. Yeah, I'll charge you this much for moving around or going picking something up. Oh, I need, my car done broke down. Oh, go get the trailer. You rent the trailer and I'll go pull your car and go grab it or whatever. Oh, I need this car from wherever, but I don't got another driver. Oh, I got a truck. I go rent the trailer and go get the car myself without having to hire a driver. A truck come in handy so many kind of ways, but a lot of people don't think about it. Think about it if you done had a grandpa or an uncle that done had one, but you never kind of looked at it like that. And you get in their head and see how many ways you could put demos down with just having a pickup truck. Like man, I mean, yes, it's over the road drivers driving semi trucks, but you can put things down and make money with pickup trucks all day, especially around here. It's some people that have snow plows. They do the snow plow thing and get money for it like that. I don't too much get into that kind of stuff because that's hard on your front end and that's more rebuilding your front. You have your front end built up strong enough for a snow plow to be putting things down. But as long as you got 4x4, usually 2,500, you can get away with 1,500. And if you're doing a 3,500, you might as well say, hey, I'm either getting a tow truck or, that's some real landscaping type things or whatever. But you can get away with a 2,500, pickup truck and, get your money. But with that being said, we done made it to 32 minutes. We about to creep up on the 33, the infamous 33, just like the 33 vertebrae that's in your back, everybody's back, unless you done had some back surgery where they done pulled out some of them vertebrae. The 33. Once we come up on that, I'm a skedaddle up out of here. I appreciate everyone that's done came in on a particular live, that's done came in on a replay, that's done left a comment, that's done left something within the chat. Hey, much love to you, much prosperity, hopefully headed your way. And with that being said, I am up out of here. Hey, have a good one.